There is a new rare view inside the Boring Company's, Elon Musk's Boring Company's Las Vegas Loop Tunnel. Elon Musk's Boring Company shared first look at Las Vegas loops and has called inside Tunnel Rave site. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armin Harayan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news and ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next Tesla story. Simon Alvarez from Tesla Radi has some details, although this was shared on Boring Company's Twitter account. The Boring Company recently shared what appears to be a first look at the Las Vegas Convention Center Loops site for its Tunnel Rave party. Based on a short clip of the site that the tunneling startup posted on Twitter, the LVCC loop stations will most definitely have a futuristic vibe with it, complete with neon lights and what seems to be a interesting sound system. So let's take a look at the video first. Similar to the Boring Company's previous posts, the video of its Tunnel Rave site was accompanied, as you saw, by a rather short caption. Despite this, members of the Tesla community on Twitter and other supporters of the tunneling startup, the Boring Company, promptly noted that the clip seems to have been taken from one of the stations in the Las Vegas Convention Center loop, which is expected to enter operations early next year. By the way, CNN has a interesting story on the stations of Las Vegas loop. You can search that online and check out the details. The Boring Company has found a notable degree of support from Las Vegas. Despite the company's relative inexperience, officials from Las Vegas opted to take a chance at the startup's technology and concept. In a meeting last month, the Las Vegas Planning Commission emphasized its support for the Boring Company's operations, with some officials exploring the idea of adding more stops to the loop system. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. These stops include stations at the Arts District and several establishments in the area. Similar to other projects by Elon Musk, the Boring Company has made a notable degree of opposition from critics also, many of whom argue that the loop system is inferior to traditional rail systems, which are typically far more expensive to develop. So how can it be inferior if they are more expensive to develop? In fact, I think in San Diego they're doing a city to airport transportation using the Boring Company, and the reason they went with the Boring Company is because it was supposed to be several $1 million, tens of millions of dollars of less expensive than the rail system. Now, despite this, simulations of the loop system in actions have suggested that Elon Musk's Tesla's in a tunnel concept could carry more passengers than initially expected. While the Boring Company's loop system in Las Vegas is pretty impressive in its own right, the tunneling startup disruption lies in its tunneling technology itself. Thanks to several key innovations, such as the use of smaller tunnels and all-electric vehicles, the Boring Company could build tunnels for far quicker and cheaper than more conventional alternatives, like I just mentioned a little bit ago about San Diego's case. In the case of Las Vegas Convention Center loops, for example, the Boring Company's tunnel system is expected to cost about $52.5 million to complete. This was far more affordable than an alternative solution proposed by Austria-based Doppelmayr-Garventa Group, which involved the creation of an above-ground transit system that was initially estimated to cost $215 million. Even an adjusted estimate pushed by Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority board member Carolyn Goodman, which pegged the Doppelmayr system at $85 million, was still about 39% more expensive than Elon Musk's Teslas in the tunnel. Now, we're also learning that several days ago, As Joey Klender reported, the boring company has actually received an approval for a license and maintenance agreement from Clark County, Nevada officials to expand its Las Vegas loop to the Encore at Wynn Las Vegas. The expansion was greenlit by officials on December 1, just a few days ago, and will operate at the right-of-way on East Desert Inn and Paradise Road in Las Vegas. The intersection of East Desert and Paradise is also the intersection of two main points of interest that are related to the Boring Company project. At the intersection, the Las Vegas Convention Center and the LVCC monorail station are both located. The currently dugout tunnel is located at the LVCC, and the LVCVA, who operates the LVCC, Las Vegas Convention Center, recently purchased the rights to the Las Vegas monorail, giving the Boring Company more leeway in where it can establish future locations of the tunnel. The area of the intersection would be a great way to transport visitors from their hotels to resorts and clubs on the Strip. The intersection is located just east of the Strip and is surrounded by several chain hotels such as Residence Inn by Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott, and an Embassy Suites by Hilton. So notes Joey Klender in Tesla Rally. These lodging choices provide places to sleep and perhaps some food options, but nothing compared to what is available on the Strip. The Encore at Wynn is located on the north end of the Strip and is surrounded by the Venetian, Treasure Island, the Mirage, Harrah's, and Caesar's Palace. All of these options provide entertainment and other opportunities, as well as various dining options that will provide visitors with a full experience of what Las Vegas has to offer. Good and unfortunately bad as well. The underground tunnel that the Boring Company will eventually dig out on this route will provide a reasonable and fast mode of transportation from off-strip lodging options to the heart of the city. Inversely, traveling from the Wynn, I don't know how do you pronounce that, W-I-N-N, Wine or Wynn, to the convention center will take only a few moments. So if there is an event that is being held at the LVCC, there will be quick and reliable transportation options that will move people from location to location with relative ease. Now, before I go any further, let me know what your thoughts are about this video that the Boring Company released about the Las Vegas tunnel. I think it would be very interesting to see what people think. Do you like the colors? Do you like the vibe there or so? The Encore at Wynn becomes the second resort to be approved by the Boring Company's expansion of the Las Vegas Loop, the first being another Wynn-owned property of Resort World. The Boring Company expansion is far from over, friends, yet. Eventually, Elon Musk's traffic solution company plans to have stops at nearly every major point of interest in Las Vegas. With approval for all of the locations needed, it will undoubtedly take some time to put together. This will take a lot of time, of course. But the new mood of people moving in Las Vegas has some life, and resorts are beginning to recognize the significance of the Boring Company plans. New transportation is needed in Las Vegas, and smaller, more personalized vehicles may be a great way to make public transport more appealing and could be a solution to traveling after this virus has hit our lives. And I think hotels and places of attraction in Las Vegas will now start realizing that for example, if I go to Las Vegas for the first time, I think I would like to have the experience of Boring Company. And where am I going to go? I'm going to go places where Boring Companies that loop can take me. So if your hotel or your museum is not located on the way, that means cities, you probably will miss a lot of people coming to the area. You will still get some people, but you will also miss a lot of people coming to the area because people would rather prefer to places where the boring company's loop will take them, just to have the experience of, hey, let me take you in the loop and see how cool is that. So I think I am expecting that in the near future the boring company loops prospects are very green in Las Vegas, and this will also maybe spreading in other cities as they see the benefit of this transportation. So we will have better ideas next year or in the next couple of years once we get some real numbers of transportation from boring companies Las Vegas tunnel. Well, friends, let me know what your thoughts are about this development. This is Armen Haryan from torquenews.com. Please like this video, it helps us, and ring the notification bell. I'll look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you soon in our next report. God bless you everyone, and have a wonderful rest of the day.